President Trump insists he has popular support for his travel ban, claiming polls suggesting otherwise are fake news. The president is fighting to restore the controversial executive order that was halted after the ruling by a federal judge who says it's unconstitutional. White House lawyers now have just hours to file their arguments in support of the ban before a final decision is made.
In the meantime, visa holders from 7 Muslim-majority countries are being allowed to enter the United States. Here's more from Sky News reporter Hannah Thomas-Peter in New York.
Well, there is now a rush on for individuals from those 7 Muslim-majority nations that you just listed there to get into the country whilst this ban has been suspended. One of those families is the Asali family, a group of Syrians who were due to settle in Pennsylvania, who had spent 13 years getting their visas in order and travelled to the United States last weekend only to be turned away at this airport. After a huge effort from their lawyers and their congressman, a Republican called Charlie Dent, they landed this morning. This is what Congressman Dent had to say when I asked him about it just a few hours ago.
On the case of the Asali family, who live in my neighborhood, with whom I spoke with them on the Saturday morning a week ago, and when I learned of their case, that they had been in process for 13 years, they were not refugees. They're not Muslim, they're Christian. They were being told that they couldn't enter the country after playing by the rules, going through the process the right way. The family in Allentown, Pennsylvania, purchased a home and furnished it for the family, waiting their arrival. And so the bottom line is that we have laws in this country and we have rules, and when people play by the rules, they should be rewarded for that, not punished.
The White House has until this evening to file its legal argument in support of the ban being put back in place. Meanwhile, all sorts of people are joining forces to make the opposing arguments in court, including diplomatic heavyweights, former Secretaries of State John Kerry and Madeleine Albright, director of the CIA, saying that Trump's order was ill-informed and ill-executed. There are also lawyers from Minnesota and Washington saying that if the ban is reinstated, chaos will be unleashed. And there are tech giants like Apple and Google and Uber who have written legal arguments saying that the travel ban is going to make it very difficult for them to do their jobs. Trump, however, is not deterred, appears absolutely defiant and wants to carry on with this ban once it reinstated. He said any negative polls are fake news. This is in the latest tweet. Just like the CNN, ABC, NBC polls in the election, sorry, but people want border security and extreme vetting.